if you can see anything.
Maybe I'll have to refresh it.
Possibly.
But nothing yet.
Let me check this, I'll see if I can see it.
It said it's gone live on my phone, so I've got it.
Yeah, you got it now?
Yeah, I've got it.
Cool. Have you seen the size of the place? Well, if you think I've done 38 hours or something, and the grey is where I've been, the white where I've not been to yet. Should I turn the mic off on here, Dawson? Is it echoing me to you?
Yeah, you connected the phone, I was going to tell you at the same time, but I could just, if we're going to talk on here, then I could just turn the telly down.
Alright, would that be easier?
Yeah, I'll just turn the telly down.
Alright, so. Did you hear what I'd said?
We were talking about the map, but I couldn't make it out because I was doing my conversation at the same time. Say it again.
So just saying how massive it is. So the grey is where I've been,
Yeah.
and the white's where I've not been to yet.
You can be everywhere.
So I've not been to any of that white yet.
Yeah, Wessex.
Yeah, it's massive, massive map. And there's Jorvik.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna travel to there in a bit. Because that's York, isn't it?
Yeah, that is not yet, that's York.
Yeah. I've been to London, what it was called. The London. It's proper interesting though, because you learn about the Shire. So each Shire was like its own kingdom.
Yeah, yeah.
So each.
Yeah,
It's what?
did you not do any of this?
No, it's proper interesting. I found it quite educational.
That's why I love history, like English history and stuff.
Yeah.
It's class.
No, I'm really enjoying it. Collect the plants. Alright, I need to go and collect that at some point. Yeah, no, I'm proper interested in explaining that. Is really interesting. And how it does it, so it's proper more story focused this time. Like, you don't just get like a list of side quests. So these blue dots are like technically the side quests, the mysteries, but until you happen upon them, you don't like know what they are, type of thing.
Yeah.
It's not just like you have this quest of all these different things to do. So until you get there, you don't know what that will be. But the actual storyline is sort of like a bit like episodic type of thing. So like you'll go to one, you've got this map, and you're obviously trying to get everyone to support you. So you'll go to like one area and like help like such and such a body, and they'll like pledge their loyalty to you if you need them in future. So you're basically going and forming allegiances with the different areas to get them on your side, and that's like what you're doing. But it's pretty cool.
And are all the like other Vikings on are they like English as well?
So there's the Saxons. So when you get there, it's mainly Saxons. There are other Vikings that's there, but they're mainly Saxons because the Romans have left.
Yeah.
And it's mainly the Saxons that are there at the moment. But you do fight with other Vikings as well. But now we're we've just kicked off with the Britons.
Right.
Were they the Welsh?
The Britons they were basically up in Scotland originally.
Because they seem to have like a Welsh dialect. Because the Romans never got as far as Wales, did they?
Well, they didn't get as far as Scotland either because they built Hadrian's Wall.
Yeah.
To stop the Britons from coming down.
Because they were just nuts, weren't they? And they thought, well, we can't fight you, so we'll just keep you there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because if you look, England's shorter here, what it used to be, because the border used to be further down. Because Carlisle used to be like the border at one point. Have you gone?
No, I'm here.
Alright, yeah. So I'm just doing the side quests at the moment. I'm trying to work out what to do for this one. So this guy thinks he's king of the castle. This is his king of the hill, I mean. This is his hill. But every time I challenge him,
You little shit. How many times must I beat you too much? Oh, just you try.
I keep kicking his ass. And then he yields and says he won't do it again.
I give up! I give up! You are the better fighter! Never forget that.
And then he says he won't do it again.
Oh, it's no pleasure being defeated. The hill is yours. You're the true champion.
Oh, I think I've done it. Oh, I just had to keep fighting him. Because that was the third time I fought him. Because I fought him. Because he's like, I'm the king of this hill. All this blah 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 is mine. And so I'm like, oh, I'll fight you then. So I fought him. And then he was like, don't worry, I'll never challenge anyone again. But then like the quest wasn't completed and I'm like, what's going on? And then I walked away, and as I walked away, he starts like challenging again, I'm the king of the hill, blah 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 blah. So I went and fought him again, and then he said he wouldn't do it again, but then nothing happened and I went away. And then he started doing it again and I'm like, well, am I doing something wrong? But then I just fought him then and he gave up. You know, and not in Norway. I much prefer this setting. I was a bit bored of the I like the Northern Lights. The Northern Lights were really cool. I would have liked to have seen them on like Series X or PS5 or something. But I much prefer this setting. It's actually quite nice. So I'm just doing a few of the side quests at the moment anyway, so it shouldn't really spoil much for you.
Nah, that's alright.
Because I'm trying to not rush through it, because obviously I want there to be some left when I get the PS5 to do. I know it probably don't look it from the stream, but I mean it's not a bad looking game on the PS4 Pro. Yeah. I think it's funny that people are complaining that the PS5 doesn't support 1440p. PS5. It only does 1080p or 4K. It doesn't support 1440p. So if you have a 1440p monitor, it'll run at 1080p on it. There's no 1440p setting. But it's like if you want a 1440p console, get a PS4 Pro. Yeah. No. It's clever how they do it. This pig's annoying. What level is this? Go away! Have that. I was just minding my own business. Am I also okay? Oh yeah, it's okay. It's what? Yeah, I should have just done that. I've leveled my arrows up quite a bit. Oh, I just killed my horse. Oh, there we go. Oh, it's one of these. Yeah, I've noticed that. I've got the screen on my iPad, so I can see what you can see. Because yeah, it is a little bit behind what I'm doing. He's not having a good day.
What is that? What's this blind about?
What's what? So one of these is basically, it's not. Yeah, you take this mushroom, and then you start hallucinating.
Right.
And then this is the side quest. Or is that the wrong mushroom I've taken? Because this seems to be killing me. I think that was the wrong mushroom. Oh, is it that one? No. Where the frig is it, guy?
Pretty cool with different mushrooms and stuff and herbs to take.
Yeah, because there's more about like proper health on this game. Like you have to collect your health and stuff. It doesn't just refill automatically, but you can store like so much of it. But you get it from like. Oh, that's the one I was supposed to have. There we go. Observe the signs and light the right braziers to be able to pass through the gate. Druid I shall be. I begin my initiation. I have eaten of the mushroom and wait to see the spirits. Right, okay. So, normally some like gates appear with these ones. And I have to choose the right gate. Are these... Or is it to do with these now? Right, I have to choose the right one of these. Okay. Right, so 1, 2. That's the logic I'm going with at the moment. Oh, that's also got 2. That's also got 2. That's got 1. Should I just do all the ones with 1? Okay. Do it the other way around. I don't think I'm doing this right. What the bloody hell? Have you got any ideas?
I'm a few seconds behind, so I'm like, it's still right?
Oh, is it?
Yeah. For some reason, the stream doesn't like the red.
It said something to do with having my HDR on might affect the stream.
Yeah, but the red's like, the red's like making it pixelate.
Yeah.
Now, because in the image, it's the red flame and blue flame.
Yeah, so there's these different altars. Some of them seem to have like 2 candles on the floor in front of them, and some have 1. And I can adjust the flame to either be red or blue.
Can I just match it so that the 1 and 2 candles are the matching flame?
Well, that's what I've tried doing. So that one's got 2 candles and I've made it blue. And that one's got 2 and I've made it blue. That one's just got 1. But that one's not lit at all. I don't know if that makes a difference. Or is it lit? Yeah, it is lit. Yeah, it is. I don't know if to come back to this one.
Try swapping the colour around.
Well, I did that. I tried doing first of all the ones that were just 1. Yeah. Right, let's see if I can move on. I don't know whether to just come back for that one for now. I'll come back to that in a minute. I have done them before, but it was more like just guessing, and it's a bit like... I can't imagine it's very entertaining viewing. Does it still look all blurry? A load of what? You ordered what? Yeah. It's what? From Amazon? Can you get your money back? That's annoying, isn't it? Yeah, it's weird how the HDR affects the stream, innit? Yeah, because I'm watching it on here and it's not, like, I'm looking at it on my TV and it's all colourful and everything, and then I'm looking at it on the YouTube and it's all a bit red. Weird, isn't it? You could always just get this for your One X though, and then when you get your Series X, just carry on with it being such a big game if you did want to play it. Because it'll still look incredible on the One X, because it looks amazing on the PS4 Pro. I don't think it's the worst idea. Is that you whistling? You having fun? I think you should just start downloading it now, Dawson. I think you should just start downloading it now. I think you should, yeah. You'll love this.
This place is heaven guarded.
I said, well, I'll download it here and then when I go to my sister's I can, I've got to look at play it. I won't grab a telly in my bedroom, I don't think. I won't have means to play it.
Will you not?
I don't think so.
Look out for ourselves.
I'll never end up playing. I'm going to sit downstairs telly, but then everyone's going to be in there.
I'm sure you'll find something. Can you not just get like a little monitor or something? I'm sure you'll find a way. What does feel strange is when you start doing more Assassin's Creed missions.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the missions and stuff, you're like doing it as a Viking, so you're doing like a raid with all your other Vikings and you're just going in and kicking ass. So then when you're on your own and you're playing it more like an assassin, it feels a bit like, oh yeah, I'm playing Assassin's Creed, it feels a bit strange.
Yeah, well, it does.
Because I quite enjoy just going in with all the other Vikings and just like battering everyone. So these are the Britons now.
Oh, per God's grand.
This what? Yeah, it's good that one, isn't it? So, it's a bit complicated, that one. Oh, Siri's doing stuff. Shut up, Siri.
One moment.
No, shut
I didn't
up.
find complicated on Apple Music.
Shut up, Siri! What was I talking about? Yeah, so basically, so if you want the PS5 version of the original Spider-Man, you can either buy the special edition version of Miles Morales on PS5, and you get the remastered version of the original Spider-Man, the PS5 version, included with that. Or you can buy the PS5 version, the standard edition of Miles Morales, and then pay an extra, I think, £10 to get the PS5 version of the original Spider-Man. I think that's how it works. Well, yeah. I mean, I'm not that fussed about playing the original version again. Well, I've already played it. Well, I played it through, and then Leon's played it through, and I've done all the DLC. I don't think I'd be playing that again, to be honest. I think I'll just play the Miles Morales and then wait for a new one, basically. But it seems like the PS4 upgrades, like, you know, when you play your PS4 game on the PS5, it doesn't seem like you're getting as much benefits as you do with the Series X, if you play Xbox One games on your Series X. Because the problem is it's coming from the base system is lower, so obviously the PS4 games are designed to run on the PS4 Pro, so they're pretty much running the same. So like the stuff, so if you play what's it called, what's the Uncharted game? My mind's gone blank. I mean the Naughty Dog game. What's the other game Uncharted, mate? Oh, Naughty Dog, mate. What's wrong with my head? Yeah, Last of Us. So if you play Last of Us 2 on PS5, it's still at 1440p native resolution. It doesn't even adjust it to 4K, whereas on the Series X, it runs the games the same as One X or better. So you do get quite an improvement. That's why I was a bit a bit gutted when I was getting the PS5, because like a lot of the games that are upgraded were my Xbox One games, but I'm getting the Xbox now, so it's fine. Because like Borderlands 3 has been upgraded to work on Series X, but like a proper Series X upgrade, so I wouldn't mind seeing what that looks like.
Yeah. That'd be good.
Yeah, because I've already got that, so that's basically, like, I like that. Like, you wouldn't have imagined that, like, last generation, that like I've got an Xbox One game there on my shelf, and then all of a sudden I put it in my Series X, and it's a full Series X game.
Yeah.
Because it messes with your head a little bit. The more they're doing for us, the more it like affects the way you think about stuff. So last generation, if I'd have bought Borderlands 3 for like the Xbox 360, and then they brought out Borderlands 3 for the Xbox One, you'd have had to buy the Xbox One copy. And if that was there at launch, you'd think of that as a launch title, wouldn't you?
Yeah, you would.
But now what they're doing is they're just saying, well, that Borderlands 3 that you've already got, put it in your new console, and you've got the next gen Borderlands 3. But because you've already got it, you don't feel like it's a new game, so you feel that there's no games.
You've already got it.
Yeah. But if I went and paid 50 quid for it, I'd be like, oh, I've got a new game from the new system.
Yeah.
It proper messes with your head, doesn't it?
Well, that's probably I don't want to rush on and get out, because like, the only game I could play, and games that I already own,
Yeah.
I already own.
But I think once we see, you can't see that benefit in YouTube, but I think once we see how good they actually look
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
new systems, you can't show that on YouTube, can you? It was the same issue. I found it was the same when the PS4 and the Xbox One was coming out. Like, I was looking at the YouTube videos thinking, well, that just looks the same as the PS3 and the 360. I couldn't see. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
But then when I actually bought the game and played it,
Yeah.
twice as, the fidelity was twice as good.
Yeah, it's all the compression and everything on YouTube, isn't it?
Yeah, the 4K on YouTube isn't 4K, is it?
No. No, because it's still compressed.
I can watch 2K videos and it looks like 1080p.
Yeah.
But I know when I played God of War or Spider-Man natively,
Yeah.
they're 2K, it looks absolutely stunning.
So that's the thing, I think we'll only realise how, like, the next generation, when we actually get it and play it on our own TV.
Yeah, I think so. So like, the impact of smoothness, you know, like the 60 frames,
Yeah.
you get like, oh shit, it's close.
Get me out of this place.
Because,
You know, they're like, oh, this is not going to go back to 20 frames now.
yeah, because Assassin's Creed's 4K 60, isn't it, on Series X and PS5?
Yeah.
My I give you freedom.
Yeah.
Or you give this shire your pipe.
It seems so rich.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think that'll be the thing. I think once you've seen it, you'll just be like, wow.
Yeah, that's what I think.
And they were saying, like, can you imagine people? Because they're saying, like, obviously, I mean, that's what I've said as well. The sort of mid-gen refresh that we've had last generation, we've never had that before. So obviously that does take the edge off the new consoles a little bit.
Yeah.
But can you imagine people who are coming from the original hardware, so people that are going from PS4s or Xbox Ones, the original models?
Yeah.
Yeah, because the 1X was already a massive leap, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Well, it's 6 times more powerful.
Yeah.
These are like the things that follow you around, you know, like on the on Odyssey.
Yeah.
But there's a quest. So there's at the begin, like towards the beginning when you've not been in England that long, like something happens, and depending on the decision that you make, will affect whether they hunt you down for the rest of the game or whether they don't.
Right.
So I won't tell you what because I don't want to ruin it for you, but that, I mean that's pretty cool that it literally like that one decision you make affects like the whole game for the rest of the game.
Yeah, I love stuff like that.
Yeah. So the way I did it, I managed to make it so they're not hunting me down because I'd find that annoying. Like if I'm trying to do like a mission or something like that, and I'm doing all right, and then all of a sudden one of these big powerful dudes just turned up hunting me down, and it fails the mission. Like, oh no, thank you.
Yeah, people said I would have money hunters on Odyssey.
Yeah, well that's essentially what they are on this.
Because you be like, great mission, and then when you get more fancy, you chill like
Yeah.
and you're like, no, I'm not saying that to do mission.
Yeah. So to me now they're not actually hunting me, so I can still fight them and take them down because it's still a quest to like kill all the members of the order, but they're not like physically like seeking me out type of thing. Yeah, it's quite cool. I have a thing where I have to go to all of these, the Eagle Tower things or whatever they're called.
The sick things.
Yeah. I enjoy doing that.
Yeah, I like to see the map over them.
Yeah. That Watch Dogs didn't get brilliant reviews, did it?
Well, I got drafts in it.
Yeah.
That's like, I never listened to what that said, because maybe they were going to play this if they brilliant.
Yeah.
You never said a game's name, has it?
No. I enjoyed the second Watch Dogs. I got bored halfway through the first one, but I enjoyed the second one.
Yeah, I've never played it.
No. Some of the stuff this guy stands on is mental. Oh, it's mad when you get your hidden blade as well. So when you're still in Norway, your brother comes back with this dude who's like wearing the same assassin's gear as the original assassin. That was it Altair?
Yeah.
And he introduces you to the thing and that, and gives you this hidden blade. And he's like, he puts it on the top of his arm, you know, so the blade comes out of the top, not underneath.
Right.
And he's like, no, you're supposed to put it underneath your arm so it's hidden. And he's like, why would I want to hide my blades? He's like,
Oh, that's cool.
he just puts it on the top. He's like, no, I want to show him what I'm killing him with. He's like,
Yeah, 'cause there's no wonder in being stealthy, is there, for Vikings?
no, they're like, yeah, it's cool. Brown trout. Oh, I think I have to fish at some point. Yeah, just fishing, yeah. You have to build up your home as well, you know, like on the Assassin's Creed, one of the Assassin's Creed 2 things.
Yeah.
So you have like a homestead, it's here where this little tent is, and you have to build it up, like mine's 3 of 6 at the moment, you know, and improve it and stuff.
Yeah.
So one of the things was, like my fishing thing, and then that makes so you can go fishing. And then this seer comes and you upgrade her, and then that's why she helps you go into this thing where you can see, where you can go into where the visions that you've been having, and that's when you go into Asgard. That bit was cool. It's good how they find ways to just break it up a bit, isn't it?
Yeah. I do like the fact that they're not like this Assassin's Creed game anymore.
No, they're just basically like, they're more like The Witcher.
Yeah.
They're just open world RPGs now.
Yeah, we don't like.
Yeah. Like if you went back and played, it's basically like an open world RPG, but you can climb everywhere.
Yeah.
If you went back and played like the original Assassin's Creed now, it feels so weird.
Well, that's why they like Black.
Yeah. And that's,
I know when you played Origins, it was like, it's weird.
yeah. But the original one was just straight out like, there wasn't really hardly any side quests, it's just like, you do this assassination and then you move on to the next one and you move on to the next one. And that was basically the game. And then the end boss was solid. I feel I need to watch a YouTube video to get like a catch up on the overall story. I feel like after Desmond died, I've sort of lost what's going on a little bit.
Yeah.
This carries on after the DLC, by the way. Did you do the DLC on Odyssey?
No, it wasn't.
Is there any way for you to use my DLC, or is that not possible? Yeah, because I could do that if you want to.
Very good. Yeah, it was. What this is. Yeah, I think that probably will. But, like me, I'm not really. Much time at all.
Yeah, well, let us know when you want to, and we'll sort that out. Because you might as well, rather than paying for it.
Yeah, well, you're right. But if the PlayStation bill, because you hook them up anyway, and I end up getting one eventually, maybe we'll do that same thing again anyway.
Yeah.
At least I feel like talk anything coming.
Yeah.
Honestly, Joe's got kids now, so he was playing games for a long time.
Has Joe got kids as well?
You know, it's the last drops of the day.
Oh, it's happening to all of them, isn't it?
Swings as well, you know, they aren't it.
This is when I'm quite happy I have mine young. Yeah, they're not a bad age now. And it's quite nice as well, like, Leon, because Leon was obviously at his mum's yesterday, and he'll just message me, he's like, oh, this tournament's on Fortnite? Do you want to just come on like on Fortnite with us and do this tournament? And I quite enjoy doing that with him. It's quite nice. Do you know what I mean? It's like
Yeah, that's a good idea. We can do more stuff together. But you've got like games, you've got like films.
yeah,
It's not big, is it?
yeah.
If you're stuck from, you like to make as well.
Yeah, I just don't want him to grow up, to be honest with you. I just want him to stay that age how he is.
Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, stuff like
I know. Ellie's proper growing up now.
yeah, it is, it's just, I like teenager and shit.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's crazy.
Here, Ivan, is where the Nephilim lay sacred stones to guard the chattel of God from other giants. Those present were scared by demons, and God defended the pious, sending the giants away. Only these holy reverberations remain. The work of good souls who have the earth in their heart will forever be tied to our ancestors and our Lord via this gateway.
It's what?
I'm not actually learn that much stuff. I'm like, you know, I get ready to like back my stuff up and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, like, what you want to, I'm actually accumulating. Not looking really.
But you don't like, you don't value stuff, so you don't hold on to stuff like, which is not a bad thing. It's like you just keep what you use. So if you look at something and think, well, I'm not using that, you just think, well, why keep it if I'm not using it?
Yeah, that's literally what I am.
Surely that's lined up there, isn't it? Green.
Yeah, it's stuff, it's hell, yeah.
That's lined up, isn't it?
It was like, it was what I can imagine it being like. Do you have to move? Do you move your character screen anymore or whatever, so she's more looking at it? Or
There we go.
Strange energy here.
I quite like them ones, the little puzzles.
yeah, I like with Hellboy.
Yeah, it does, yeah. And some of the runes and stuff that you see in the game are a bit like from Hellblade or from like God of War. You know, the symbols and stuff.
Yeah, it's all the same Nordic stuff, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. I started streaming 49 minutes ago. That's going quick, isn't it?
Not very quick. Oh, it doesn't want to you know, it's just not. Time just flies by, isn't it?
Yeah, it's mad.
It's like when you used to come up, but it's so fast.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Stretch your wings.
Yeah, it still looks like, obviously big thing to look at, but it still looks good because there's like, a lot more vegetation and stuff than what the ones opposite.
Yeah, the detail in it. Yeah.
I see the tailbone tent.
So he's a nutter, that Ivor. Oh, he's not on your screen yet. I'll wait till it catches up.
Yeah, with the sound is to it.
Yeah. Or can you see it now? Is my stream behind? Oh, I think it is. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he wants to be behind mine.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, so he's like a bit of a nutter. So we were trying to form this truce with like the King of the Brits.
Yeah.
But Ivar didn't like him because he's fought him before, and the king is who give him that scar on the face. And I'm like trying to form this truce, and then he just gets pissed off because he's just a nutcase. Grabs hold of the prince's of the king's brother, and then just slits the king's brother's throat, like just in front of him, and then it all just kicks off. And it's like, oh shit. I guess we're fighting them now then, are we?
Ivor, children. Hey, I was telling the alien here that
Oh, is it?
war is with us this day. Our victory is assured.
So, what is your plan?
Oh, so they're based on real people?
Anir commands this hamlet. So let us show these folks what happens when the village bows to the Britons.
Oh yeah, that's what they call them, the boneless, yeah.
Burn it to ashes and cut Anir's tender throat. Right, Bible?
Yeah, he is. He really is. He's nuts. I didn't know they were based on real people. But Danny kept saying that, and I thought he was cracked. Because Danny used to watch this this series called Vikings or something.
Yeah, yeah.
And he's like, oh, these people, all these names who keep coming up, these are all like in this Viking series that he used to watch. And I just kept saying, well, you're nuts, because this is Assassin's Creed. It's nothing to do with the Viking series. Well, I suppose if they're all proper, based on proper people. What is that? Well, so we've not come over to Britain to avenge his death. We've got. I don't want to say anything. I don't know whether to ruin it and stuff.
I know quite a lot of history about the Vikings, so if it follows that, then it won't sort of spoil out.
So the person who killed our dad, we already got our own back on him in Norway before we left.
Yeah.
But then the person who's like acting as our dad now, he's like a king or something. But then this other person who's come in and said like, I want all the different Viking tribes or whatever they're called to all like live together in harmony and not have like battles with each other and stuff all the time. So the king who's acting as our dad has like bent the knee to him and said, I agree, I'll be part of this alliance. So like he's sort of like in charge of all the other kingdoms in Norway. So obviously your brother, who was like due to be next in line, is like, well, sod this, I'm not doing this. I like killing people.
Yeah.
I like being able to go to battle, and I don't want to be bending the knee to this king. Like, this should have been mine. So he's like, well, I'm going to go to England and forge my own, like, type of thing.
They said that he was going to betray your brother at some point, right?
Yeah, so that's what they said at the beginning. So I haven't done yet, because there was an opportunity to betray him right at the beginning, like type of thing, because when you're leaving to go to England, my character's like, well, should we bring all the gold that I've just gotten? And he's like, my brother's like, no, like, we don't want to hold anything, so like, that's our dad's gold. Like, leave it there, we'll start afresh. So you can either choose to agree with him, or to just say, well, sorry, we're taking the gold anyway. So I just agree with him, and like, no, we want to start afresh. That's like the right thing to do. So you can train there. But now, he's after the orb, you know, from the first, I think, you know, the apple, whatever they call it, from the first Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
He's after that, your brother has become a bit quite obsessed with it. And now he's being held by the Order, you know, like Cassandra was in Odyssey.
Yeah.
So, I don't know what's going to happen with him, why he's being held by them, but he's starting to sort of like making decisions where he wouldn't really necessarily agree with type of thing.
Right.
couldn't write that, could you? Because I kept saying I weren't that fussed about the new consoles, then I'm like, well, how can they be that much better than what we've got now? Like, we've only had the One X like 2 years. Surely it can't have improved like that much in 2 years. It's what?
So we're arguments about it.
Yeah.
We argue the case that it's going to be loads better.
Yeah.
You argue the case that it can't be much better.
Yeah.
And then I get off.
Yeah.
I'm back worked out.
It's mad, but that's what happens with me. It's like, I'm like, but then once they're here, I'm like, well, they're here now, so I best buy them.
I'll definitely get one.
Yeah, I just enjoy buying new consoles.
Yeah, no, I like new tech.
It stops me buying iPad cases for a bit.
Exactly.
I mean, if you think I could have bought a PS5 digital for how much I paid for that iPad case.
Jesus.
It's 350 quid, the case for my iPad.
That's mad, isn't it?
It's daft, isn't it?
It is what like you put in comparison to what you could have for what they did.
Yeah, when you actually look into it like that and think you can have a whole console or you can just have this case with a keyboard for your iPad.
Yeah, it's they want to be charged, isn't it?
Yeah. And the thing is, it's not even like I think most of the people who's done that and bought that case, like that's their main device and they don't use anything else.
Yeah.
Because then you get in your...
It'd be anything I use, and I could justify buying the keyboard.
Because that's their like laptop replacement and that basically turns it into a laptop.
Yeah.
So you can understand why they get it then, because it's like, well, this is basically making my iPad into a full laptop replacement then, which it does.
Yeah, it does, yeah.
So you can understand then. But it's all good.
It's all
Alright, let's see what's going on.
To fight well, not cruelly.
The cutting of
Cutting of throats I leave to you.
You what? Oh, is she being naughty? Oh, good. She has chilled a bit, hasn't she?
Yeah, she should, but not. The last couple of years, the last couple of months. Really good now, to be fair.
Yeah, she just... Now, I take it you're keeping Dana.
Yeah, I'm keeping Dana.
Yeah.
There's not much I think was going to keep on it.
No. I hope I don't end up with any animals this time.
You end up with time.
No! I'd move out.
Flames and smoke will all raise desire for peace.
Aeneas is a lesser concern. Peace is for suckling babes, but as you like. Oh, my blood runs hot. Let us rush in now and leave a trail of bloody kindling.
He is a nutcase that I
might
want.
earn us more time.
I prefer sound and fury. But do as you must.
Oh, stealth or all-out attack? Shall I go for an all-out attack?
No, I've got mate, not yet. All-out attack, not fun.
Yeah.
Bloody kindling it is. We will smash this place to splinters.
Come, Jail!
I enjoy the raids better than the
Let the
stealth.
Saxon villagers flee. Only
It's what?
I prefer this tactic to the man on this game.
You prefer what to the man?
I prefer the voice acted,
Yeah.
the male than the female.
Well, they've made the woman sound a bit like a man. It's a bit strange.
Yeah, picking a bunch because she's liking it.
I'm gonna go and get my headphones and then I can hear you, but hear the game as well because I have to pause the game to hear you, and it's a bit counterproductive, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, let me go and get my headphones. I don't know why, but when Danny buys alcohol, I always think, like, when I see him buying it, I think, oh, he's buying that for, like, the week or, do you know, something like that. And then I always forget that whatever he's buying is literally just for that day.
Jesus.
So he bought a bottle of wine and 4 bottles of Corona. So he drank that last night. And then, like, I bought a bottle of wine, so I just had like a glass. And then I was going to bed, and he's like, "You need to take that bottle of wine upstairs with you." And I'm like, "Why?" He's like, "Well, if you don't take it upstairs with you, I'll drink it." Oh, fucking hell.
Jeez.
So I literally had to take my bottle of wine upstairs with me, so he didn't drink it.
Is it work now, like?
Yeah, he's gone work now, yeah. They're still working.
God, just come over, just basically get this.
Yeah. He doesn't do it every night, but it's like, see, I don't know, I feel like he might be an alcoholic, it's strange. So he doesn't have to drink every night, but when he does drink, like, I can just have a bottle of wine and I can just have like a glass and I'm fine, and that'll last me like a week or a couple of weeks or something, just the one bottle. But when he does drink, he has to consume whatever he's got. So if he's bought 18 bottles of beer, he will drink until those 18 bottles of beer have gone. Like, he won't just think, well, I'll just have 3 or 4 and like have the others another time.
It's in the house, I'm gonna drink all of it.
Yeah, basically, yeah. Which is why I never have any alcohol in the house, because he just consumes it all. Like, I could never be one of them who had, you know, like, who have a cabinet just like full of all different alcohols and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because Danny,
And then when you feel like it, you'll just go to the shop and buy some.
yeah, like Danny will just clean it all out. Like, when my granddad died, I got that my dad brought round like all the wine he had. There was like 20 odd bottles of wine. Like, some of it was older than me.
Bloody hell.
Danny just polished all that off. I didn't see any of that.
Yeah, so that's not
No.
Yeah, it probably isn't helping.
Yeah, it's not good, is it, if you can't stop?
It's just a functioning alcoholic. There's
Yeah.
no way to get on with life, but he drinks every day.
Yeah. I mean, you probably shouldn't be driving the next day after having a bottle of wine and 4 beers, should you? Do you think?
No, he's probably over the limit if he got stopped.
Mm.
Which is, not going to work because he's lost his license twice already, hasn't he?
Yeah. They said if he gets done drink driving again, he'll have to go to like a hospital or something, because they'll think he might have a problem.
Like a box rehab.
Yeah.
Jesus.
That's what they said to him this time.
Whatever happens, hopefully they're like a wake-up call for him, hopefully.
Mm. I mean, he has changed, so, because before he'd have like before he got caught the second time, he'd come to mine, have like 2 bottles of wine, and then like drive home.
Yeah.
So he doesn't drive like the same. If he's been drinking that day, he won't drive, but he'll drive the next day. So it's better than he was. Probably still not the best though. I still can't believe he's about to have a kid.
Yeah, that might wake him up, might it?
Yeah. She was asking him about like names and stuff yesterday.
What names do you think it's?
I've just realised all this conversation we're having is recorded on this YouTube video.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm not done about that. Oh, so we're back in a few years' time.
Yeah.
She might not do that.
I might turn that off because I feel like we don't need to broadcast that to everybody. Broadcast settings. Go away thing. Or,
The Britons deserve our wrath. Thor thunders beside us! Yeah!
Need to cloak myself here.
Hold up a bite! Light it up and burn it down! Burn it all down!
Chase these Britons out of here.
Should rid this place of soldiers. Less support for Rodri.
feather.
I'll fight! I swear it!
You think those Danes will ever stop taking us? They ain't killing Robert's brothers.
Eivor! Here comes Anir! He's roaring in like a winter sea! Just give up already! Weakling! This is yours! Hold up a fight! I swear it!
Smoke! Someone set that fire! Find them! James! There is a man!
You alive and feed your balls to chickens, Anir!
Ivar! You lost on the beach at Mona and you will lose here!
Spill your brains! Your army is weak! will gut you like tired swine!
I'll pull your tongue from the back of your throat just to shut you up.
So much for her. That's the last of them. Let us get a good view of our handiwork, Ceolbert. Join us, Eivor! Look here, Eivor! Did you see Ceolbert fight? He is all balls now!
I give thanks for victory, and ask penance for taking lives.
Oh, Ceolbert, your god bores me to death. Have a laugh, we won!
And I took no pleasure in it, Ivar.
Eivor and I were made for this, my boy. The song of swords, the blood mist, the bone crunch and baring of teeth.
Is this enough blood paid, Ivar? We've spilled enough to slake the thirst of Feminine.
Why stop there?
Ceolbert, I would know your mind on all this. Are you satisfied with our victory?
I believe I am. I'll need word from Rodri as soon as possible. What does he intend?
He will see the flames. He will know Espery has been destroyed.
The bleeding pus pit claims only a dragon can defeat him. We will soon put that to the test.
It is peace we want, Ivar, not revenge. If you cannot accept that, return to Repton now.
You do not know Rodri as I do, Eivor. You do not know what a slippery, lying shit he can be.
Enough talk of killing! I need a moment of calm.
You need mead.
No, Ivar. True calm. A walk in the woods to clear the air. Or fishing. Would you go fishing with me?
Fishing, huh? Looking for a warm puddle to dangle your worm in?
I saw a small pond nearby. Will you come?
We can all take a moment to allow our blood to cool.
It's just up here.
Eivor, the silver you gave me... I traded it for a gold ring.
At least the silver gave you happiness. It bought me none.
The ring is from the Levant, inscribed with a prayer to... is their Valhalla like, I wonder?
Here will be good. Let's fish for eel. Dale have relishes nettle soup cooked with eels fresh from the water.
I will not fish. You go ahead.
Switches to Betungen Burm? Hem ik toen je verstoepen te werden. Samnonden is liedje herre.
The water's spoiling with them.
Hooked! Bring it to shore. Well done, Eivor. An eel. Hooked! Bring it to shore. Hooked! Bring it to shore! Another eel! Almost enough for a hearty soup. Hooked! Bring it to shore! That's enough for now. Bishop Daelav will be pleased. Let's go tell Ivar about our catch.
That took longer than clearing this village.
We caught some eel for a feast. The bishop should be pleased.
The simple fellow comes now.
Ah, a strange way to celebrate victory. But then again, our Christ was a fisher of souls, was he not?
Bishop, greetings. We've the makings for a delicious soup.
I'm grateful, Ceolbert, but my heart is heavy. So many homes burnt. We'll be years rebuilding.
You should have seen Ceolbert fight. He will be an alderman with sack and guts, fearsome and raw.
I should rather be fair and just, but I take the compliment.
I have sent word to the Britons. I pray King Rhodri will again be open to peace, in spite of his brother's murder.
It worked in our favor. Look where we landed. Britons begging for mercy like whiny pups.
We set the village ablaze, yes. But peace is not guaranteed. And it will take another sort of skill to win it. Restraint.
Our next steps are critical, my lords. And after what happened in Quatford, it is clear to me that Ivar should lay low.
Lay low? After all I have done here, you tell me to dunk my head?
The good bishop is right, Ivar. You have a warrior's heart, not a peacemaker's.
Fuck you, Wolf.